Honey, are you sure you're a vampire slayer?
I'll take her out of the country. You'll never hear from us again. I bloody well hope.
Fine. Get back to the mansion, make sure Giles is all right.
I mean, have you tried not being a slayer?
Mom, be ready to back me up when I make my move. If Giles dies, she dies.
It's because you didn't have a strong father figure, isn't it?
It's just fate, Mom. I'm the Slayer. Accept it.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer is a show about a girl who saves the world a lot. She fights vampires and other forces of darkness, and also has to deal with the non-supernatural forces of darkness that are the teenage years.
The characters are constantly maneuvering through these different relationships at any given time. So they're not just a vampire and just a slayer, or just a librarian, or just a friend.
There is that constant queering of categories of any type, whether they're applying to human beings or vampires or demons. It's like, you know, it starts off in Buffy, humans good, demons bad, and then, well, Angel with the soul. Then we have Clem, and he's so floppy and funny and everything. So
the way that Buffy, and I think Whedon's other shows that I haven't thought about this in as much detail, help us be critical about the human, what is human and what makes a human body. He shows how many different ways a human body can change and be different and not just be, you know, whatever our fixed image of it is. And, you know, for Butler's concerned about male and female gender, sexuality, and I don't think that Whedon addresses that directly in Buffy, but he opens up all these new possibilities of different things that can happen to a body, what it can mean, what it can be.
I'm beyond her understanding. She's a girl with sugar and spice and everything useless unless you're baking. I'm more than that. More than flesh.
More than blood. You know, I honestly don't think there's a human word fabulous enough for me. Oh, my name will be on everyone's lips. Assuming their lips haven't been torn off. But not just yet. That's all right, though.
I can be patient. Everything is well within parameters.
I think Anya might be my favorite character because she's really funny, but her whole journey into trying to figure out what it means to be human, which the conclusions she arrives at are not necessarily the same as everybody else around her.
That was kind of beautiful. You love humans.
I do not.
Yes, you do. You love them.
Stop it! I don't love them, and I'll kill you if you tell anybody.
She's not stereotypical, and she's not the opposite of stereotypical. You know, she's just a very unique version of herself. She looks at the world in a very, like, she's trying desperately to understand it, but the tools that she has are not the tools that everyone else has, and so she sometimes feels like she's not doing a good job of understanding it, but she continually tries to.
Because it's not okay for you to be asking these things.
But I don't understand. I don't understand how this all happens. How we go through this. I mean, I knew her, and then there's just a body. And I don't understand why she just can't get back in it and not be dead anymore. It's stupid. It's mortal and stupid. And Xander's crying and not talking, and I was having fruit punch, and I thought, well, Joyce will never have any more fruit punch, ever, and she'll never have eggs, or yawn, or brush her hair, not ever, and no one will explain to me why.
Willow and Tara's first kiss scene, which happens during the body, right? Like, so that's, you know, that's an amazing episode anyway, and it's cool that it wasn't like a, I mean, we get plenty of, like, sexy kisses from them later, but, like, I like that it's sort of just this moment of like, emotional, like, need and comfort, and not, like, guess what we're putting on TV in, like, the wrong kind of way.
Shh. Tara. Shh, darling. Can't do this. We can do this. Okay.
Just from my perspective, that was the first time that you ever saw a lesbian character who was not defined by her homosexuality. And she wasn't the brunt of a joke. She wasn't someone that they brought in just to be controversial. It's someone who is a fully formed character having a relationship with another fully formed character, and there were no pretensions about it. It was just Willow and Tara.
I know I'm not the kind of girl vamps like to sink their teeth into. It's always like, oh, you're like a sister to me, or oh, you're such a good friend.
Don't be ridiculous. I'd bite you in a heartbeat.
With Spike and Buffy, particularly in season 4, when he gets neutered, or the chip, you know, and he can't bite people, like, their relationship, like, it was clearly cut, right? Like, he's the bad guy, and she's the Slayer, and she's supposed to kill him in the end, but that's never what happens with them.
Particularly in the conclusion of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, you know, Buffy's kicked out of the house, Spike sniffs around, finds her, romantic song plays, they hold each other while, you know, they sleep. And because for me what that symbolizes is Spike opening up with his vulnerability to give Buffy strength. And I think that's pretty much, well, that's pretty much queering with some gender stereotypes and identities and so on and so forth.
I keep coming back to that scene with the yellow crayon with Xander and Willow.
I know you're in pain. I can't imagine the pain you're in. And I know you're about to do something apocalyptically evil and stupid. And hey, still want to hang. You're Willow.
Don't call me that.
The first day of kindergarten, you cried because you broke the yellow crayon. And you're too afraid to tell anyone. You've come pretty far. Ending the world, not a terrific notion. But the thing is, yeah, I love you. I love crayon breaky Willow, and I love scary, veiny Willow. So if I'm going out, it's here. If you want to kill the world, well, then start with me.
I think the fact that Xander's the person that saves the world is super queer, because that's kind of like the joke of the series, is that Xander's the helper and the seer, but he's never like the savior. If you watch the show, I think you look at the stories, you'll see that the strength of the stories and the characters actually, their strength comes from that ambiguity rather than the answers. So they become stronger when they don't know what to do, but they do what they think is they should do or what feels right to them.
I want to be there for Buffy.
You're right. The Avengers got to get with the assembly. We'll go, we'll deal, we'll help. That's what we do. We help Buffy.
How are we going to help?
The process of watching Buffy the show has made me a more openly emotional person. In the broader sense of what I was talking about before, it helped to kind of expand my understanding of categories, you know, because, you know, and that it's not just, you know, this hetero-homo divide kind of thing, even though that's not what they're going to say in Buffy, but, you know, that's what they're starting to playing with.
Once you watch something like Buffy, you demand more of your media, I guess, which isn't to say that Buffy is without flaws or that Joss Whedon was without flaws. After it was just sort of like it became like the thing I measured other shows against. So, you know, it's just like, is it as good as Buffy or is it not as good as Buffy? And so like that's still kind of my measuring stick for shows, just in like craftsmanship, but also in like how it treats the issues that are important to me. Like, so it queered my viewing styles pretty well.